Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Premium Color Edition Perfect Cell figure. Now, I know Cell's a real popular villain in Dragon Ball, and I know the figure was a real popular figure and is really hard to come by now, so many people are just very happy to get another release of this guy. But even more people are happy because this release is a lot more accurate to the anime. It's a very nice looking figure indeed, so let's go ahead and get him off the stand so that we can take a closer look. This guy stands about 18 centimeters tall to the very top of his head. If you want to just go to the top of his head or pretty close to that, it's about 15 and a half, right around there anyway. It depends on how straight you have his torso and neck and everything. 7 inches tall to the top of the hat, and then about 6 1/4 to the top of his head. So he does have some size to him. It's the same exact mold as last time, so he still is particularly slender for Cell. I mean, obviously, most of these figures are not quite accurate to the show. It's something they can't really do anything about unless they want to raise the price point, I think. Cell was fairly thick in the chest area, and obviously this figure is not. Same thing's true for Piccolo and a lot of the other figures. I think probably only the normal-sized people and then maybe Broly are particularly accurate, but I think that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. It does afford a lot more posability, so I think that's not a problem at all. Before we get into anything else, let's talk about the accessories. We do have 3 total faces. We have the standard kind of stern looking face that comes on him in the package, one smirking face, and then one with his mouth open. And they all look very nice. I'm very happy with the paint jobs on these. We do have a folded arm accessory, which just replaces each arm at the bicep, so that's pretty nice. It's fairly well painted. We have a bunch of different hands. We have the 2 fist hands that come on him in the package, 2 style pose hands, 2 kind of looser gripping, maybe Kamehameha hands, and then 2 wide open palm hands. And they all have the fingernails painted on them fairly nicely. Lastly, we have his energy effect and display stand type thing, which, you know, it wasn't the best accessory when it came out, but we don't have enough energy effect accessories, so it's still very, very much welcomed. This one does look a little bit nicer. I think I like the clear plastic with the blue shading, and then they did a good job with the ground and then the water and or air effect pieces on either side. So it's a very nice accessory. It's a nice addition. We really need more energy effects to go with these figures. Now, as far as the paint job on this guy goes, is it more accurate to the show? I've heard a lot of people say they're very happy with it, and a lot of people say it's not quite right. And yeah, the people that are saying that they're very happy with it, I agree with them. I'm very happy with it. But the people saying it's not quite right, I think they are also right. It seems to me that the green has just a tiny bit too much blue in it. If you go back and look at the anime, it's a fairly yellowish green rather than a bluish green. And while this isn't bad by any means, and a lot of the drawings of him and like concept art and things like that do have this kind of color, I mean, it could definitely be a little bit more yellow, but this one still looks really good, so I'm very happy with it. One thing to note is that it does have shading throughout the green, which is a very difficult thing to do with all of these little speckles on it too, so you can see it's lighter up here, then it gets darker down here. And we see a lot of that kind of shading throughout the rest of the greens. And it's, for the most part, really well done. And most of the little speckly spots and things are painted very cleanly. It's not perfect, though. You can see on this arm right here, they definitely could have done a better job, if it'll focus. Some of them just kind of have it around the rim of the little sculpted spot rather than all the way in there. So definitely could be better. I feel like the quality of paint might have been better on the first release, but this one is definitely more aesthetically pleasing, let's put it that way. We still have the nice metallic, blackish, grayish, bluish, it's mostly just blackish gray, kind of like a gunmetal color for the wings and the shoulder pads and boots and things. The feet have a nice yellow color to them. It's a little bit muted with the brown lines in there, very nicely done. Then the purple spots, purplish pink spots, don't really have any shading on them at all, but still looks very nice. So overall, I'm very, very pleased with this. It's a welcome addition. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I'll go ahead and run through the articulation real quick for you, just in case you never saw the first review. If you want to see the first review, I'll put a link in the top right corner right there. I don't have mine with me. It's in Texas. I'm still in Ohio, so I can't do a direct comparison. I'm sorry about that. But at least you'll be able to check out the old review. Now, the head does have a ball hinge. If I can get the head off. One thing to note, the other one's head came off really easily. This one seems to be slightly adjusted, so it fits nicer, so that's good. We have a ball hinge on the top of the neck, which Still not my favorite articulation, but it works okay. You might just have to pop the head off to pose it properly, but you get that on the top of the neck, and then the neck itself is on a ball peg. It doesn't have the best range, but it will help in posing to a degree, so that's okay. The shoulders are connected with a big ball peg into the torso, so they just move around like that. That black piece in there is just a cap that hides the articulation. And that ball peg that goes into the torso connects with a hinge to the arm, which lets the arm go way out, all the way out to the side, no problem at all. The shoulder pads are on their own hinge, so that's really nice. And then of course you have your full rotation. Since it's just a ball peg, you can pretty much pose the arm however you want to, so that's really good. You have your bicep swivel right there. It's just a straight peg so that you can swap out the interchangeable arms. You have a double jointed elbow, which doesn't give the best range in the world, but it's probably good enough. And you can probably even get the top one to move a little bit more first and then do it. It's definitely fine. I'm okay with that. For the wrists, we have another little tiny ball hinge. Be very careful with that. I don't think these will break, but every time I swap out hands on one of these imports that have the actual ball peg rather than a straight peg, scares me. I don't want to break them. We'll get to the wings last. I'll come back to those. Don't let me forget. We have a ball peg from the middle torso to the upper torso, so you can move this around very nicely. Really good range. Then we have an extending ball peg down here, which is hidden by this. So normally it's like that, and you get decent range out of it. But if you want to get even better range, you can lift that up, and then you can really bend him over and pose him pretty dynamically, so that's really good. He is very narrow in the torso, though. I just want to mention that again because I really wish we had that really imposing looking cell figure, but maybe someday they'll do it. Who knows? For the hips, we have the hinged ball pegs like we're used to. They're very stiff, so be careful with that, but they do drop down to give you better range. So then you just have the ball peg with the socket. Let's see if we can focus in there. Ball peg with the socket for the hip. Due to the sculpt, he is a little bit more limited in the hips than most of the Dragon Ball figures, but you still get really good range out of it. You should really have not too much trouble posing him other than like doing the splits type of thing. Otherwise, it should be fine. And then you do have another swivel in here underneath this pink hip area, so you get a pretty good range out of that. Pretty nice posability. For the double jointed knees, it looks pretty good. No problems really, and you get pretty good range. Not the best in the world because he is a little bit thicker in the knees than some of the other figures, and they didn't choose to hollow it all out, so that's good. I like that. I think it's a good trade-off. And then lastly, for the body, not counting the wings, we have the double ball peg for the ankles. Very limited, very, very limited for the foot. You can't move it very much at all. You get a tiny bit of an ankle rocker out of it, but not much. And then you have a toe hinge, which is actually a pretty nice toe hinge. It's fairly stiff, so that's good. Now we can talk about the wings. We have just another tiny ball hinge in there, essentially. You can move them up and down, and you can swivel them a little bit. Not the best range, but definitely enough, I think. I think that's okay. And you should be good. I mean, it's not bad. It's a really, really solid figure. It's one of my favorites when it first came out, and it still is. This is definitely a better version, I think, than the first. So I am very happy with it. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you like this one better, or do you like the original one better? For me, it's definitely this, so I'm very psyched. I like it a whole bunch. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff, so make sure you come back for that. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any of it. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and in the meantime, keep collecting.